Hello, 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 everyone, and thank you for joining the last of February episodes of the Wine Guild. So I am going to put my link in here into the chat. Now, it's rumored that the famous Ralph Mucci will be joining for a tasting, but I'll believe it when I see it. But the link is there, so if he happens to come in and wants to join, he is more than welcome. But as you can see, I'm by the fire. It's a little warm today, but right now it's cooling off. I went outside and it's cooling off a bit, so I figured let's have a fire. And the heat's not going on as much, so because it's warm out, so the fire is good. It's a good addition right now because it's a little chilly in the house because it's more like the temperature outside than it is with heat going. So anyway, so tonight we are going to taste this bad boy, Dolcetto d'Alba, 2021 by DeForville. So I haven't poured it yet. I haven't done anything. All I have is opened it. But if anyone has it and you want to join, you're welcome as well. It's not just Ralph. And I know Tommy usually joins, but Tommy is not drinking right now, so he can't. I mean, he could join if he wants, by all means, but he won't have anything to taste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aerate a glass first. Get it fully aerated. When I get that, open it up a little bit, let it breathe a little bit. And like I said, I think I've said this before, the aerator is a very cheap device and it's worth having. You can buy them at any liquor store usually. But I know Bottle King, which is the one closest to me, has it all the time. And it's under $15. I think, I don't know what it is now, what price is going up a little bit, but this wasn't expensive and it's good to have handy. So you don't have to waste the whole bottle. Normally you have to open the bottle an hour ahead of time to make sure it aerates. And if you're not going to drink the whole bottle, you're kind of spoiling it because air has gotten in it. Now, because I just opened it and I aerated the glass, I can, temporarily put this cork back in so that I can freeze it later and not spoil the whole bottle because there's no way I'm drinking the whole bottle, right? And I want to use that later. I want to use it either tomorrow or the weekend, So it's a good investment to have an aerator. Now, before I actually get into the tasting, I wanted to do a new feature of the Wine Guild, which is where we're going to talk specifically about the grape. So I put together a little video I'm going to play for you about the Dolcetto grape, which is the grape we're going to taste tonight. So let me see if I'm going to do this. This is new to me, so give me a break if it doesn't work out so well. But this is my first time doing this. Wait, before I do that, let me just say hello to everybody in the chat. Nancy, hi. Tommy, hi. Don, Maureen, Mike F, of course. Mike F, I think, was the first one in the chat waiting. So thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate it. All the way from Arizona. Let's see, anybody else in here that I missed? Let's see. Look at the whole Todd Father. Hey, buddy. Thank you for coming by. Gina, I think Gina, I don't know if Gina's still here, but she said she was going to. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a guest here for a second. Hold on. Hello, is this the famous Ralph Mucci? It just vanished before our very eyes. Look at that. He just walked into thin air. Is that like Harry Potter's room back there?
Hold on, I'm right there.
I hear you. Oh, my Lord. All right, let's see something here. While we're waiting for him. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. He just came out of nowhere. That's pretty amazing. Is that like Harry Potter's mansion Harry Potter's castle back there? You just like walked through thin air. That was pretty cool. How'd you do that? All right, let me see something here. Why can't I see the chat right now? Hold on. What am I doing here? Okay, there we go. Now let me go back to here. Let's see.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, trying to
You
adjust.
hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying. I can hear you. Yes, you don't hear any feedback?
No, sounds fine. We have Don giving medical advice here to Tommy.
Okay, I got my wine.
All right. Well, before we taste it, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show a video. So just still hold tight for a second here.
Anthony, pour it?
What was that? Yeah, pour it. I would, if I was you, I'd pour it. Pour it in the glass. Let it sit for a little bit while I play this video. Now, this video is on the grape itself. So here we go. Let's see if this works. The Dolcetto grape, which means little sweet one in Italian, is one of the lesser-known grapes used to make wines in northern Italy. Predominantly planted and grown in the Piedmont region of northern Italy, Dolcetto often takes a backseat to the Nebbiolo and Barbera grapes, which have given the region its notoriety. However, Dolcetto-based wines should never be looked down upon, and in fact make a delightful addition to the palate of any serious wine drinker. The name Dolcetto is a bit of a misnomer, since the wines this grape produces are rarely sweet and in fact tend to be on the dry side. The origin of this grape is debatable, but the first recorded harvesting in Italy was in the 11th century in the Monteferro Hills of Piedmont. Dolcetto thrives in cooler, higher altitude climates where Nebbiolo and Barbera have struggled. The cooler climates help reduce over-ripening and retain acidity, which is helpful in balancing out a naturally tannic grape. Unlike the bigger, more powerful wines of Piedmont, which require aging, Dolcetto wines are designed to be consumed within 2 to 3 years of bottling. Seldom oaked, they are vinified in stainless steel vats, which help tame the tannins and keep the wine on the lighter side. The end result is a smooth, dry, medium-bodied wine, which goes well with pasta, both red and cream sauces, and virtually any meat dish. Common flavors found in the Dolcetto tend to be black cherry, plums, blackberries, and a bitter finish of almonds. Ultimately, Dolcetto is a wine made in the classic tradition of Italian winemaking that is very versatile in food pairings and is much more affordable than its famous Barolo and Barbaresco cousins. Expand your palate and try a Dolcetto. You won't regret it. All right. So I put that little ditty together just to give you a background on the grape itself, and I'm going to post that as in one of my videos itself in my library there, just in case anyone wants to go back and watch it at any time. So Ralph and I both have the wine poured. Now, what we're going to start doing, and Ralph, before you joined, what I was saying is, this is the aerator I used. I know you don't have one, but the aerators are pretty cheap, and it's always good to have one in the house. So, I recommend everybody get them. They're cheap. Have them around. Okay. Wait, hold on. Someone wants to join the stream here. Hold on. Who's this? Don. Welcome, buddy.
Good afternoon, Anthony. Good afternoon, Ralph.
Hi, Don.
Very interesting what you came up with on the grapes there, Anthony.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I did a little research and pulled some stuff together. I figured why not? It'd be a nice addition to do a little video on that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand and realize that part of the winemaking. And you pointed out that they use stainless steel vats, not wine barrels.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean,
stainless steel vats, not wine barrels.
Oh, I'm getting feedback. Getting feedback. Ralph, is that from you or is that?
Yeah, I mean, stainless steel vats, not wine barrels.
Oh, I'm getting feedback. Getting feedback. Ralph, is that from you or is that? Or is that Don? Do you have you two open at the same time? You can't have both. If you're in StreamYard.
No, I've just jumped onto the feed.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, the stainless steel vats. Traditionally Italian wine, they oak. Everything's oaked, right? Traditionally, same thing with the French. But there's been some changes over the years where people are starting to move towards the stainless steel vats to get away from the over oaking. So Dolcetto is one of those grapes that they have done that, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, I think I tend to find a lot of the top end wines, the expensive wines, would be in barrels. The lower end wines, the mass produced, would be in the vats.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so we're going to start here. We're going to start, Ralph. So start your smell here. Start smelling it. Do you get anything? You get any type of fruit? This has got a closed. This is what you call a closed nose. I'm not getting much of a smell. I don't know.
No, I'm not either.
All right. Well, that's a disappointment. All right. Well, let's go in it. Let's see. It's got a very dark purple look to it.
Yeah.
It's not as light as am I used to with the Dolcetto. This is a bit darker than I'm used to the color. So, and it has a purple hue around it, and the legs are there. The legs are definitely there, and it says on here 13% alcohol. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not watching what's going on in the chat here. Evan, thank you for joining, Evan. I really appreciate it. Chris, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you before, Chris. Thanks for joining. So let's go in and let's take a sip, Ralph. Let's see what we think.
It's dry. Dry.
It's definitely dry.
Yeah.
Very tannic. There's strong tannins in it. In fact, it's too dry.
Yeah, it's very dry.
I'm having a hard time tasting any type of vegetable or any vegetable or fruit. I'm a hard time tasting anything like that.
That would possibly be to the pressing of the skins and all that to get that dark color, and possibly also not fermenting for a while to filter out. And it's like I said, sometimes if you add a little bit of Grenache or something in there, it smooths it out, it stretches it out. Straight Shiraz might be just bitter.
Yeah. And I'm getting the bitterness. I'm getting that bitterness at the end. That almond bitterness that they talk about. But The only thing in terms of a vegetable or a fruit that I can taste is it's some like a very non-sweet, bitter, unripe cherry is what I would say. That's the closest thing I could do. It is like there's no sugar in the cherry at all. It's just that bitterness.
That's the other thing, Anthony, I was saying to you. Remember between the cold and warmer temperatures of grapes?
Sure.
The bromide, the sugar content,
Right.
that plays a big factor.
Right. And considering that these are usually grown in cooler, higher elevated climates, they're going to have less sugar.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're going to be more acidity. There's going to be more acidity in them.
Yeah, too dry for me, Anthony.
I know, Ralph. You wouldn't. I could tell because this is even too dry for me, and I like dry wine but this has like no taste at all in terms of. You have to have some type of taste. It's not complex. All this is just tannic and some bitterness at the end. So it's all the overpowering of the skins. There's no medium here, none whatsoever. So I have to say and this is not, and I'll tell you from my experiences, I've tasted a lot of Dolcettos because number one, they're cheaper. They're one of the cheapest Italian wines, and because I like dry wine too, but they've traditionally been better than this. I'm disappointed in this one.
But
Go ahead.
do you agree with me that it's very, very dry?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I bet you it's got a high content of sulfur dioxide.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if I don't even know if the label says anything about that, about sulfites or anything like that in here. It must have. Yeah, label says contains sulfites, so they probably overdid it.
Not to spoil the wine.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say here?
What'd you say, Ralph?
No, I'm just saying. I'm looking at the back.
If you look at the back of the label, Ralph, at the bottom it says contains sulfites.
Yeah.
That's one thing a commercial wine has compared to a private wine.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to you, Anthony, when we make our wine, no sulfur dioxides, no preservatives, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the wine doesn't actually spoil.
Right. You're right. No, I mean, and what do you think that is, Don? What do you think that is? Like, how come it doesn't spoil when you make it? But the whole purpose of the sulfites in the commercial industry is to preserve it and prevent it from being spoiled.
Because we make small batches compared to larger batches. And you're always mixing different types or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
And that can spoil the wine, and they need to bring that wine back up to a certain level.
Hey, Payne, thanks for joining.
There's no way telling that it's dry unless you actually bought it and tried it.
Oh yeah, this is it's super dry. There's no way to tell that ahead of time, Ralph. None, because that's why it's always a gamble, and I always say it's an adventure when you're buying a wine. This rule of thumb is Italian wine, especially northern Italian wines, are going to be dry. That's always going to be the case. Northern reds are always going to be dry, but to the degree that this is this dry, there's no way to tell that. You have to just experiment and find out. But now we know, though. Now we know. Now we know this one is certainly not something that I'd go back for.
Well, it's reasonably priced.
What was that?
It's reasonably priced.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. But you know what? $15 is $15, and when I can get a better overall tasting wine for $15, I'm not going to go back and get this one. I'm going to go get an American. I'm going to go get. And I don't want to poo-poo all Dolcettos at all, because like I've said, I've had Dolcettos before, which are good. This one's just all tannin, all dried out.
Yeah.
One experience, if you can ever try, is when you go grape picking and you pick that Shiraz, cherry, Grenache, whatever the grape is, just take a couple of little bits off and eat them. That'll give you an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give you an idea if it's too watery, you know your wine's not going to be strong.
Right.
You're going to have to ferment it for a lot longer. If it's very, very sweet, on the term of, it'll affect the diabetic, for example, because it's that sweet that you can't handle it. That's got a lot of high sugar in it.
Sure. Right.
And that wine's going to come out really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So Nancy asked about cheese. I do have some cheese. So I'm gonna try and see what the difference is. I think what it's gonna do is it's gonna mellow out the tannins, but what the end result is because there's nothing else there but tannins, it's gonna make it taste like water. That's my guess. That's what I think is gonna happen. So I have some Gouda here and I have some Brie.
Yeah. Yeah. This is probably the driest wine I've ever had.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the cheese, it does turn it kind of into water, but it makes it more manageable. It takes the bite out of it. The cheese definitely takes that bitter bite out of it.
I think the dryness, Ralph, is because that thing hasn't been fermented or anything. It's just been crushed, produced, bottled, and out the door.
And also remember, in Italy itself, they value tremendously dry wines. So that's the public. If they're going for the public there, they want to produce something like this. But for internationally, like this is probably why Dolcettos are not very popular in America, because the Americans the American public like sweeter wines.
Sweeter wines in terms of white wines like the Moscato?
No. I'm in terms of reds. I mean, like reds, they want fruitier reds. The American public, it's traditionally fruitier reds sell. And that's why Merlot has kind of, for a while was very popular, because that's what people wanted. They wanted that taste. I don't know. And that's also because the Australian wines, because of the heat and everything, are a lot more sweeter in general. That's why Australians have taken off here. The sales have taken off here because of that, because they're a lot sweeter.
If you like sweetness and you like white wine, the Moscatos are a good wine to drink.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of females tend to like that type of wine, whereas for a male, that'd probably be a bit too sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's way too sweet for me. My father-in-law will drink that. He likes that. He likes Moscato. But no, yeah. Moscato's got to be like the sweetest white wine out there. Probably more than Riesling.
Yes, a red wine for me has got to be smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to hang around a little bit when you're drinking it,
right,
and not burning your throat on the way down or on the way up.
Evan is saying prosciutto. Yes, prosciutto is sweet, absolutely. But it's like a champagne. It has an effervescence to it.
Prosecco, Prosecco's got carbon dioxide in there for that bubbliness.
But it's definitely sweet. You're right on that, Evan. It's definitely sweet.
Now, Ant, let me ask you a question. What was the purpose of opening up the wine an hour before time? Is that to aerate it?
Yeah, when you don't have an aerator, that's what I usually do. I open a bottle an hour ahead of time. You want air to get in. You want the wine to open up. Now, unfortunately, this one didn't have much to open up to because it was so dry. But normally that'll make the difference in getting tastes out of a wine. You need to get the air in there, especially a red. You need to get the air in there to open it up. And Payne is saying, "Let it breathe." Yeah, that's the terminology. Let it breathe. Let that wine breathe.
Sometimes the longer the better.
Mm-hmm. And the hour thing is just the rule of thumb from my personal rule of thumb. There's no standard. You know, it's. See now, I drank that glass.
We got people in the chat really busting me.
Wise up. What? Wise up, better wake up? Oh, man.
That's Nancy. That was a good one, Nancy. Good one, Nancy.
Yeah,
good one.
Hey, Ralph, besides it being dry, what else do you think of it?
I don't know. It's not a wine that It's not a wine that I would buy definitely because it's extremely dry, and I'm not crazy about dry wine.
See now, this is
But
interesting.
there's no way of telling because unless you buy it and open it up, I mean, I don't get any particular smell from it.
Yeah, there isn't any nose to it at all.
You know, it's a very, very dark purple. It doesn't smell like anything to me at all.
Yeah. See, now it has opened up, and it has been open a while, and it's starting to breathe. I'm getting a little bit of a taste of a fruit, which I wasn't getting before. I wasn't getting anything at all. I'm getting a slight taste of
That's
that.
all in your mind because you're drunk.
I need more than a glass, buddy. But yeah, there's a slight cherry taste to it. Slight, very slight, very slight.
I tell you, Anthony, this is probably one of the driest wines I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely dry.
Oh, Ralph, don't pour it down the drain. Don't after this show, don't pour it down the drain.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, when you get a chance, Ralph, try it with some cheese. You know, and see if that makes a difference. Because it'll mellow it out a bit. Let's see what's going on. What else is going on in the chat here? Anything interesting?
No, just everybody busting me.
What? So Evan's saying his uncle used to make wine. What else is going on here? Mike John says, I agree this wine ain't that good. It's not as dry as you say, though, Ralph.
I don't know, Mike John. I think it's very dry. I don't know. Are you tasting it?
Mike John, do you have the wine? I didn't know you had it.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had it. Or are you just busting?
Is there a long dryness on your palate, Ralph, or is it just dry and then just disappears?
No,
You're muted,
no,
I think.
it's dry.
Oh, no,
It's dry all the way around when I put it in my mouth. You know, it's dry in the top of my palate. It's dry in the top of my palate. Now I disagree with Mike John. I think it's very, very dry.
What I'm saying is, does that dryness stick around, or does it disappear?
Yeah, does it last, Ralph? Like when you take a swig of it, does it last? Does that dryness last? And it does. It does last. At least for me, it does. Like right now, it's still drying up my mouth right now.
I reckon I reckon, like I said, Anthony, that's probably high in sulfur and other preservatives they got in there. That's probably just killing that taste completely.
My God. Mike Johnson maybe got an expired bottle. I don't know. It doesn't have expiration dates on here, right? Wine doesn't go bad. Well,
Mike says he bought it. He bought it 2 days ago.
Commercial wines usually have a 2 or 3 year lifespan.
well, it turns to vinegar, no?
Well, that's gonna if the cork dries out, it will turn to vinegar. Yes, it will.
Nancy wants to see my bottle. I don't know why, but I got the same thing, Nancy. Look.
What? She don't believe you? She doesn't believe you? Same thing.
I don't know. This is Pick on Ralph week.
I chased that bottle down, Anthony. The problem was I had to order it in.
It's very
And
dry.
Sorry.
And it was going to take about 2 weeks to come in.
Yeah, Tommy
Is
says
that-
yes, very dry.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you didn't have it, Don, because it wouldn't be worth it. And definitely wouldn't be worth it.
And the price for it was $34 here.
Yeah, that's well. And then you're talking about the difference in exchange, though, right? So I mean,
Correct.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's not worth waiting 2 weeks for. Put it that way.
I should have got one of my homemade bottles and just drank with you guys.
Very dark.
Yeah, it is, and that's because of the skins, Ralph. They let it, and that all contributes to the taste too. The skins have been in there so long; they let the skins sit there so long, makes the wine darker. Which I said is also not typical with Dolcetto. You really don't. I don't see it being this dark. This is the darkest one I've ever seen. I've never seen one that dark before. So, Co-Train, thank you for joining.
Coach Train, how are you, buddy?
Where is Theendale? I don't see any Theendale here. That's
No.
it. I'm boycotting his shows from now on. That's it. He doesn't come to mine. I'm not going to his. Maybe he's lurking, just not commenting. Black grapes matter. You're nuts, Kane. You're nuts.
Yeah, what made you pick out this particular wine?
What was that?
What made you pick out this particular wine?
Well, honestly, I mean, I wanted to do.
I want you to lie.
I wanted to do a Dolcetto grape. I wanted to do this type of grape, and I picked out this wine specifically because this one is more readily available than others. This is so it's more mass produced, so people can get it. Like Mike got it, you got it. You know, more people could get it. That's why I picked this one out. This wasn't my first choice. I have another one I wanted to taste, but it would be just me tasting it because no one else would have it. So that's why. That's really the main reason.
Pick a next wine, Anthony, which is from a cherry grape. See if you can find a cherry wine.
Oh, hold on a
Cherry
minute.
wine, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You know, I think that they're it's funny because you know, for a theme for St. Patrick's Day, I figured, why don't I search down and see if there's possibly an Irish wine? And well, my research shows me that there isn't, but there are wines, but they're made from berries. Like there's blueberry wines they make no grape wines, but blueberry wines. They probably make a cherry wine too.
Yeah, it's just a particular grape. It's not an actual cherry, but
Yeah.
in layman's terms, it's called cherry grape.
That's
Oh,
fucking
okay.
wine, Evan. Okay.
What? That's cooking. What is that? That's cooking
well,
wine.
Evan says, Evan, look, Don, hold on a second. That's cooking wine, Evan. Okay, that's real wine. Okay, so I do know the difference, wise ass.
Wait, what happened? I missed this. Ralph, are you sure you get cooking wine?
Oh gosh.
Right, well, God, here we go. Ralph, maybe bring leftovers to Lindsay. Let's see if Lindsay likes it.
Lindsay.
Because that's my next experiment. I want to do a little one where I got Shiraz and mix some cherry in there and see what comes out of it. What to expect.
And traditionally, I'm not familiar with the cherry grape. What is it? Is it a sweeter grape? Is it a?
Cherry it's an all round grape. It gives you the sweetness. It gives you a there's no bitterness. There's no when you even eat it, you don't even think it is a cherry in taste or whatever. But you can make decent wines out of it straight. I haven't heard of anyone mixing it with a Shiraz. There is some Merlots which have cherry in there, right? And that gives you an all-round nice, real laid-back smoothness.
Mike F has a question for you.
Mike F is saying, what's he asking? He's asking a question. Hold on. What's your take on blush wine? I don't like blush wine.
What's that, Anthony?
My take. Simple.
What's blush wine?
It's basically mixing white and red together. That's why I don't like it. It's something that it's not real. It's not real. It's a commercial thing. It's something that was made to sell to people. Like it's just manufactured stuff. It's not something that no.
Anthony, here's one for you. It might cost a bit for a bottle. Have a look if you can get a red wine, okay, which is actually white.
So something that they took the skins completely out of.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then try that.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
Hey, does the glass that you're drinking and make a difference?
The glass, yeah. Now it's going to taste much better, Ralph. Drink it with that. It's going to taste much better. Ralph, you wanted to. You
I'm drinking out of crystal. This is crystal. This is crystal.
It's got high lead content.
You asked before about how would you know that it's dry, right?
Sorry,
Ralph, you said before, how would you know that it's dry, right? You asked me that question. One thing you can do, there's an app called Vivino you can download. And basically what it is it's reviews. People that taste wine and they put it into the app. So what you could do, and what's cool about this app is you could scan, what you do is you take this, you scan the label into the app, and it'll pull up all the information about that wine. And that will tell you that it's really dry, based on people's recommendations. So if it's something that you want to avoid, that's what I would recommend you do in the future. If you're buying a wine and then figuring out, like, I'm going to scan this and see what it says, because I didn't do that, but I'm going to scan it and see what happens. It's not working. Why isn't it working? There we go. Okay. Now what this says by other people, it rates it 3.5 on a scale of 5. And The average price is $18. So we got it for cheaper than the average price. And let's see what some of the reviews are on it. Leathery, earthy. Now this one I don't get at all. Blackberry, spice, licorice, herbs. I don't taste any of that stuff in here, so I don't know where that comes from. So that's the thing. Like, these are just people's opinions that they put in here, but who knows? It's something that if you're going in blind,
What the hell does earthy mean?
Well, it's hard to explain. Like, earthy would mean like dirt, like tasting like kind of like dirt, like like the smell. Like if you're gardening, the smell of the earth, of the soil, something like that. That's what that means. Earthy. Let's see what's anything else going on in the chat here. It's kind of quiet. We have 19 people watching, but the chat is kind of quiet. I think it's because Ralph is just very lackadaisical tonight. No one's interacting with him.
No, I'm very laid back tonight. I mean, Payne says that Payne thinks that I'm a cherry guy. I'm not really a wine drinker. I mean, I do like red wine, but I'm not really a connoisseur of wine.
Now, Mike John's asking about the Michael Francesi wine. I have not tasted it. I'm sorry, and I will not taste it unless someone's buying it for me. I'm not going to give that guy any money whatsoever, so I'm not going to buy that. So it's way worse than this one. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. I believe it because it's all about commercial. It's all about his label or his name and selling his name. It has nothing to do with the quality of the wine. And that's, I always stay away from celebrity wines because that's what it's all about. It's all garbage. Those are not wines that people are going to take any effort in making at all. It's all about selling the name. So I would stay away from it. Yeah, Coach Rand, I heard feedback too. I don't know what that is. A little bit of feedback. I don't know what it is though. So I mean, I'm going to give this thumbs down. I have to give it thumbs down simply because it's not complex. It's not an adventure. It's not a wine adventure. It's all one-sided. So.
Podfather has a question. Drop the link for him.
He does? Wait a minute. Hold on. Why do I have... Wait a minute. There's something wrong here. Hold on. I think I might have found out where that feedback is. Hold on. Okay. All right. That should do away with the feedback. I think it was on my end. I had myself doubly logged in for some reason. Weird. I don't even know how that happened. All right. Todd Father. Okay. Let's get him the link. All right, there we go. I have a question, drop link. Okay, it's there, buddy. Let's go. Where are you? Show up.
That's another thing, Anthony. A decent wine, if it's planted in lime soil, you'll get a better taste than something that's planted in a mix of clay and dirt, for example.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. What's up, bud?
I'm driving into work, so I can't come on camera.
Okay.
I don't know very much about wine, to be honest. My wife drinks it more than me. I'm a cheap beer guy.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about Snoop Dogg's wine? Have you had that?
I have not. No. What type of wine is it? Do you know?
He makes a whole bunch of different ones, I think. I had one. Somebody brought one to a party, a bottle to the party once. I don't remember the flavor because I just don't pay attention, I guess. But it was pretty good. I mean, not that I know any difference or know what it's supposed to taste like, but I enjoyed it. Maybe
Yeah, I mean,
that might be an idea for a show to try that out.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not bad because it's not Snoop Dogg making it, right? It's just his name. They just whatever that wine producer is, they contracted with him to buy his name basically and promote it. So it's
Well, right. I mean, if Snoop Dogg if he actually made wine, it'd probably taste like marijuana.
yeah, right.
So
right, exactly. You'd want to stay away from that completely. But yeah, I mean,
you'd get all different types of highs on that one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What is the price range? Any idea? Is it like expensive or?
I don't think it's expensive. I think it's about like what you paid for yours today. I think you said what, $15 or something like that.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah. I think it's right around there. But like I said, I think one of our cousins brought it to like a brunch or something, and it wasn't. I don't remember it tasting awful at all.
All right.
It's just funny. You see his head on the label. You know what I mean? And it's like, Are you for real? Like, what else this guy got his hands into? You know what I mean? You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it might be an idea. Just you could hashtag his name and stuff like that, and you never know.
Mm-hmm. Mike Johnson said Master P has cereal out. Master P cereal.
You want to know something? Master P had when I worked for Circuit City, he had a brand of speakers called the P Millers because his name's Percy Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And I had, and they were these subwoofers with tanks on them. I think that was his logo, like a tank or something.
Uh-huh.
And I still own both of them 12-inch woofers to this day. So yeah, they everybody puts their names on stuff. That's how it works.
Gina, you didn't miss the party. We just tasted. We tasted a wine that we're not too thrilled with. That's all. So you didn't miss much.
I tend to stay away from those type of wines.
Did anybody stand up yet? Maybe it's got a real high potency, and then when you get up, you're going to start wobbling.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
That's true. That is true. I mean, it says 13% alcohol, which is not bad at all for a red wine.
Ralph, stand up super quick, Ralph. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm driving. It's icy. It's still real icy as hell. I just figured I would ask if you ever tried that. That's all. It's something to think about.
Idea. It's a great idea. As long as it's not expensive, why not? I'll try it.
I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. So,
well, be careful.
All right, cool. I'll be listening from the road.
We don't have winter here anymore, so you have the winter. We don't get it here anymore, so be careful.
Yeah, it's my front lawn is like if I put blades on my shoes, I could ice skate on my front lawn.
Oh, really?
It's on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like watch the last short that I did. Mm-hmm. I threw a piece of ice from the car across the lawn, and it broke, and just literally just skated across. Like it was, it's crazy. All of our cars are still iced over.
Oh, wow.
They salted the roads pretty good. So I mean, but you still can't drive like normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy here. I'm just glad I buy the non-slip shoes for work because they actually do work and they do help.
Will Fiend go to the store and slip when he goes in to buy his lottery tickets this tomorrow morning?
None. That guy will go through a monsoon to get that stuff.
Nothing will stop him. Nothing.
Yeah. He'd get struck by lightning a dozen times and still make it. He's wiry. He'll avoid the lightning bolts. but yeah.
Right,
so
thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, no problem at all, man. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Hey Ralph, has that wine traumatized you or what?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I'm getting feedback. I don't know why.
Do you have YouTube open? Or are you only on StreamYard? You have to only be on StreamYard. Otherwise, you're going to get feedback.
I don't have YouTube open either.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. Payne says Ralph's sloshed. I don't think he sloshed. He had like a sip of the damn wine. I don't think he gets sloshed on a sip.
And to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I would not. I mean, I would not buy this kind of wine again.
Mm-hmm. All right. Look, listen. I always say it's all about your particular taste. You don't like really dry wines, then you never buy this again. You know, it's not what you buy.
What is your wine, Ralph?
I drink red Cabernet. I don't know the brand. Wait, hold on a second. I got something in the refrigerator. Hold on a minute.
Cabernet is not as harsh or as strong as Shiraz.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
That's between a Shiraz and a Grenache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Shiraz is derived from Syrah, which was traditionally the strongest, the heaviest,
Yes.
the heaviest, driest grape. So, yeah. No, Mike F, I didn't say 32%. I said 13%.
Can you see that?
Barefoot, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this, Ant?
What? And it's Cabernet Sauvignon. Is that what it is? Listen. I've never had barefoot wines. I don't know. I know Tommy drinks them.
It's not bad.
I've never had them. I'm always afraid that they'll be mass produced and not worth it. But I could be wrong. What is that? I read that to me. Tunnel Elms?
Yeah, somebody gave this to me. I don't know. Somebody gave it to me.
Oh.
It might be poison for all I know.
Is that from California? What is that? Booze?
It's Anthony, I don't know where it's from. It's Cabernet Sauvignon. Tunnel of Elms.
Huh. But it's actually Cabernet. It's not
Cabernet.
It's not infused or anything. It doesn't have booze in it or anything.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Somebody gave it to me as a gift. It's in my refrigerator. Like I said, I'm not a drinker, so I keep it in my refrigerator in case a guest come over or something, so I have something.
In your refrigerator?
It's open, Ralph? That's been opened?
No, never been open.
Oh, okay.
No, I store it upside down like you said.
Okay, on its side. Yeah, right.
On the side, right. It's always good to have a bottle of wine in case a guest come over or something, so you don't have to run out.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't have that problem because I got too much wine around here. But, I mean, I still have homemade wine from 7 years ago that I haven't drank, and I'm afraid to open it because I think it's going to be garbage at this point. But who knows?
Is it in a dark area, Anthony?
Yeah, it's in my basement. There's no sunlight there. There's no, and the temperature standard. It's I mean, it's not optimal. It's not like regulated, but it's standard. It's like in the 60s down there all the time.
As long as the wine is not too far down the neck, you should be all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just haven't had the urge to go and open it up. But
The only thing you can do is take a chance.
yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do a show with that. I'll do a show just on tasting my homemade wine.
I don't know what Evan is saying that he has alcohol, but it takes an extremely long time for him to drink it.
I have alcohol, but what does that mean? He has alcohol. I have alcohol, but it takes me extremely long time to drink it. I mean, like distilled liquor? Is that what you mean, Evan? Yeah, I mean, no, unless you're an alcoholic, that's going to take you a while to drink that. You're not going to drink that every day. You're going to, that's going to be around for a while.
Anthony, did you ever hear the wine that Mike John is recommending?
Right here? Wait, hold on. Is this what you're talking about? Shiraz Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a blend. Yeah, it's a blend. Yeah, it's a blend. I don't know what producer he's talking about, but there's several producers that do that blend. Shiraz and Cabernet. Chris asks, how long does an open bottle of wine normally last? Now, I mean, just open. If you're saying just open and then you kind of just put the cork back in, don't take any, it's not going to last very long at all. If it's red, it's not. I vacuum. You know what I'll do with this bottle is I will take it and I'll suck out as much air as I can with the I forgot what you call it, but it's a device. You pump the air out, and then I'll freeze it. And it'll be fine. This will be fine. Next time I defrost it, it'll be the same as it is now because I've done that many times. But if I just leave this out, I may get one more day out of it before, for my taste, I'm going to taste it turning and it's going to go in the garbage because I can't drink that stuff. Once I get just a taste of that turn, I'm done with it. I can't do it. I can't drink it anymore. Now,
you're lucky.
White wine lasts longer. White wine doesn't turn as quickly as red does.
A bottle of red will last not even 4 hours in my place.
Yeah, it's just, and this is, it's now in terms of the types of red wine, the only thing I've ever noticed is, and I don't know why this is, and I don't even know if it's scientific or it's just my imagination, but I've found that Barbera wines last longer after opening than other red wines. And I don't know why that is. Like I said, I don't know if it's scientific or if it's just my imagination, but that's what I've found. For some reason, wines made from the Barbera grape last longer. Hold on. What do you say, Gina? You have a video about that, don't you? Yes, I think I do. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, man, was that you that posted the video on how to chill a bottle of wine by wrapping it in something wet? That was you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what that is like if you get caught with a bottle of wine, you have people coming over, it's not chilled. It's specifically white more so than red. Most of the time people are concerned about white not being chilled. So that's a quick way to do it. Take a paper towel, wrap the bottle in it, a wet paper towel, wrap the bottle in it, put it in the freezer for 10 to 15 minutes, and the bottle's completely chilled when you pull it out.
Okay.
So it's a good tip, if you ever.
Yeah, no, I just learned something new.
Yeah.
I never knew that. So I learned a couple things. Don't put ice in the wine. Keep the bottle stored on its side. And now, if you want to chill the wine,
you're participating here, Ralph. You're going to be an expert. You're more of a wine expert than me soon. So.
Well, you don't know any idea what you're talking about.
That's right.
Anthony.
Yes.
Try this. When we were kids, and we still do it today, especially in the summer period, we get either a yellow peach or a white peach. Mm-hmm. Cut it up in pieces. Fill up your glass of wine. Put your peach in there. Let it soak, and then eat the peach and drink the wine. You'll be shocked.
Isn't that basically making it into sangria by doing that?
Well, not really. Not really.
But yeah, so what it's a good experience then, I would assume. It
is. That's an Italian tradition. A lot of the older men used to do that, especially from the south of Italy.
Yeah, they do a lot. I've noticed that a lot of fruits with wines in Italy. A lot of that. Gina, my grandparents used to. What is this? My grandparents used to put peach. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So did mine.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not that. I know that. I've that's I always called it homemade sangria. You put the peaches in there, and but yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really
Evan
like
has comfort
sangria.
boards filled with booze unopened. Well, if you want to give any away, Evan, I mean, we're accepting. We're accepting any of those.
It doesn't last long in my place. I'll tell you what.
Well, Don
Especially
seems
if
to
you
be
get-
knowledgeable in the area.
What was that?
Ralph,
I said Don seems to be knowledgeable in the area of wine.
I make my wine,
makes
Ralph.
it.
I make wine.
He makes it, for crying out loud. Of course he
Oh,
makes
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I make wine. I've been through the wineries for tours and so forth. And you talk, you ask, you learn. You listen. I'm not an expert in making wine. I probably lost a fair bit of wine too compared to what I've really made.
Mm.
But you only learn. And so, sorry guys. I've made a lot of wine and I've lost a lot of wine, but the wine that I've lost, I haven't actually lost it because I can convert it to either a homemade vinegar or I can convert it to grappa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It is, Todd Father. Actually, it makes me very, very mellow. Wine makes me very, very mellow.
Well, it does to a lot of people. I wanted to do, like, just for fun, a tasting with like Ripple and Night Train and Mad Dog 2020, but I can't find those things anymore. I can't find they don't exist anymore.
Listen, there was MD 2020, there was Boone Farm, there was Ripple, there was Bally High, which you can't even get anymore. Fruit punch wine. Those were all. Gypsy Rose was another one.
Gypsy Rose. Yep.
Those were all the cheapest wines that you could buy when you were a kid. They were like, at that time, back in the day, we were 50 cents. They were horrible.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible stuff. But they didn't care. You didn't care as a kid. You just wanted, oh, there's wine. I'm going to drink the wine. That's all you cared about.
No.
I also was thinking about doing a port. Maybe let's, and that's not, if anyone has ideas and they want to see stuff going forward, by all means do. I'm not a big beer drinker, but I do like certain beers over others. And I like to taste those Italian beers, which I had one of them once and I liked it. So I was curious. They make it a little differently than American beer. So it's kind of like in between. It's a lager, I guess, more so than a beer. And so I thought maybe we could do one of those. Sure, tasting those type of thing. Beer.
Italians like the beer warm.
Yeah, like the English.
Room temperature, basically.
Yeah.
Whereas we like our beer icy cold.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, Todd Father? You still drink that.
Mad Dog. Todd Father says high school.
Yeah, he still drinks that. Who's he kidding? Hey, Aunt, back in the day, a bottle like this, a Boone's Farm, 50 cents.
Really?
50 cents.
I'll tell you, Boone's Farm, it's not even wine. I don't even know what that is.
Me either.
I think it's a malt liquor.
Maybe that's why I don't have any insides left.
Yeah. What was that, like that blue Hawaiian stuff? There was like that blue, the blue bottle. It was like fluorescent blue.
Every wine that I mentioned, I drank all of that as a kid. We used to hang outside the liquor store when we were underage, and we would wait for the older guys to go into the store, and we'd pay them money to go get us wine, and then we tip them.
Right.
if you like a port,
Go ahead.
sorry,
Don.
Anthony.
No,
If you like a port,
Mm-hmm.
look up great grandfather from Penfolds. I'm pretty sure it's great grandfather.
Okay.
It's about 150-year-old port.
Wow. Interesting.
It's not cheap,
No, I wouldn't think so. If it's 150 years old.
but that's probably one of the nicer ports.
Wait, this is the question of the night. Hold on. The question of the night, Ralph. Question right here, Ralph. You see this? You go to sleep, Ralph? What's going on?
Power nap.
Yoo-hoo. Question. Oh, boy.
Oh, gee.
Oh my God.
And during Lent, too, Todd Father. During Lent.
I can't answer that.
Oh, boy.
Do something else, man.
I'm telling you, Todd Father, listen, I'm dead serious. Todd Father's show reminds me of the Howard Stern show in the early 2000s, late 90s. Like, it just chaos. It was just like a chaos radio show, just chaos. What's the matter? We mean we have a problem, Stiggs. What is it? What's wrong?
What's the problem? Why does Sticks have a problem? What's the problem?
I don't know. I don't know. What's going on here?
Is he serious or is he joking around?
I don't know. Maybe he's joking. We have a problem. All right. Well, can't be that big of a problem.
Stiggs, the meds can't be affecting you that much.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What does Todd Father say?
Oh, I got to watch my language then if Todd Father's mother watches her shows. Come
Yeah.
on, Father.
Yeah.
You gotta watch-
Oh, this is what he's saying. When I said Ralph fell asleep, I thought you were sleeping, and he said, "Oh, we have a problem." Ralph fell asleep.
Look how he spelled asleep.
Yes, Mike John, that was a friggin' hilarious show on Channel 9. That was.
You know what, Anthony?
funny
I
stuff.
got some of his shows
Do you
in
really?
the 90s.
Do you?
Yes.
That was funny stuff. You could never get away with that today. You would
No.
never ever get away with that stuff today.
He had the Kabashi Queen on.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yep.
Crackhead Bob was on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have two or three shows.
Co-train is pulling out Todd Father. I don't know why, but
Oh, I tell you, we got a bunch of bull busters. We got Coltrane, we got Todd Father, we got Yanks for Life. Who else do we have? We got Payne.
is Yanks here? I didn't see Yanks. Yanks is here.
Yanks fell off the chair.
Did he really?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Oh, okay. In general, okay. Yeah, I didn't see him here today.
Yeah, and even you, Anthony.
Well, I love being. Well, listen, that's what makes this fun. Are you kidding me? What do
Absolutely.
you do? Sit around and just look at each other?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right. You're right.
I love Todd Father's videos of the musical chairs. You see those videos? Oh boy! And those people that really want to win, they like really want to win.
Well, they should do sprinkle some tax on those chairs too.
See what the reaction is when they sit on it.
And that's a nice backdrop.
What was that?
That's a nice backdrop, and that's real.
Oh yeah. Well, the fire's dying now, but you like my shamrock lights?
Yeah, no, that's nice. That's nice. Did you get ice up there or no?
No, we didn't. You know what we got? We got like a little bit of ice yesterday, and it's gone. It like all melted. It all went away. You know, when I first moved here, I moved here in 2000. I would say the first 10 years.
I got about a half a bottle left, Nancy.
We would the first 10 years we'd get snow in October here every year. We get a snowstorm in October every year, but not anymore.
Don't be jealous, Godfather. Look at that. That looks beautiful, don't it?
Well, I like when you disappear into it, like it's Harry Potter. You can go. You do that again? You like vanish into it?
That was a classic. That was.
Oh, did that happen?
Yes. Yeah. You walked into the background.
Hold on a minute. I didn't know that. Hold on a minute. Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy! Whoa, he's back.
I didn't know that.
Well, thank you, Gina. Thank you, Mike John. I appreciate the compliments. The green screen covers Ralph's cave. Okay. Evan says it's still icy here. Someone looked. It's not. I don't. Evan, where do you live? What part of the country do you live, Evan? Still icy here. Someone took out the stop sign in front. Wow, it's dangerous stuff.
Yeah, you probably don't remember this, but the last time that New Jersey had a really bad ice storm was 1978. I remember that. I mentioned it earlier on my show. It was really bad.
Yeah, I remember. I remember I was little, but I remember it.
Oh, you remember
playing in it.
Yeah. I hope we don't.
I remember, like in the streets, the mounds in the streets, they were like 15 feet high of
Hi, Gina.
Of snow, and we used to dig into them. Like you'd make forts out of the mounds in the street. I remember that. Oh, you're in Canada, Evan. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yep. That's why our buddies in Buffalo get hammered too. They're close to Canada.
Yeah.
They get hammered. Be careful out there. You guys in that weather, be careful.
Well, if you're watching Godfather's show this morning, he was showing the road. It was really bad. What's that noise?
I think that's Don doing work.
That's me shuffling papers.
Don, what are you doing?
He's working. What do you mean? What is he doing?
Oh,
It's 11:50 in the morning here, Ralph.
oh, okay.
He's in the future. Don't you know that? He's in
My
the future.
bad.
Has that wine really affected you, has it?
My bad.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God.
Nancy's bringing her kids to see Niagara Falls. Her kid to see Niagara Falls in April. Nice. You know, if you can visit the wine area in Niagara, it's good. They make some nice wines over there. If we get a chance, stop in one of those wineries. They're nice. They do a nice setup too, where you do They do tastings and all that stuff. It's nice. Ralph, you're cut off. Uh-oh.
What happened?
No, Todd Father said you're cut off. He's cutting you off from the wine. He said you're done.
Oh, I got about a half a bottle left.
He's now on to the cooking wine, Todd. He went on to the cooking wine.
Yeah. Hey, Ian, is this any good? Is that any good?
It's good for cooking. That's about it.
I haven't used it yet. Do you drink this?
No, you don't drink that stuff. Come on.
Okay.
How old is it for starters?
I just bought it last week. I bought it last week. No, I bought it 2 weeks ago when I made.
For what reason?
I don't know. I guess you could drink it. I mean, it's nothing wrong. You can, you use it for the food, but why would you want to drink it? It's got to be terrible.
I bought it when you make beef stew.
Yeah, you make it right.
Make
for
beef
stew.
stew.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I wouldn't drink it.
Yeah, Evan, yeah, that would be great. I'd love to go there. I haven't been there, so I'd love to see that. Open it, Ralph. Dive in. No, Todd, he's saving that for tomorrow's show. For your show tomorrow, he's saving it.
Oh, gosh.
The more wait, Mike John, even Mike John's jumping in now on the more
This
cooking wine tastes.
I'm telling you, I got it from everybody this week. Everybody.
Well, listen, Ralph, you have to admit it. You have to admit you kind of started this when you lampooned me and you lampooned Thindu. And Thindu's really was hilarious though. That was funny as hell. That thing was so funny. But you kind of opened it up. You opened the door. So
that's
as a saying says, you make your bed, you sleep in it.
yeah. Snoop Dogg wine, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All in fun. It's all in fun though. You gotta be able to take a joke. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun.
Michigan got hit worse than Buffalo. Well, okay. Now
Where's
the weather
Sticks
report.
tonight? I thought Sticks was coming on to do tasting.
Who?
Tommy. I thought Tommy was coming on to do tasting.
No, I told you. I said before, he's taking steroids. He's not drinking. He's on the steroids.
Oh no, he takes that.
I think you can, to be honest. Any medication, as long as you don't take it within an hour of drinking, you should be fine.
Steroids put weight on you.
Well, the thing is, you're right, Don. It's not going to hurt you, but it's going to take away from the effectiveness of the steroids. You know, it's going to take him longer to recover if he's drinking while he's on the steroids.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't blame him. I do the same thing. Once I do a cycle, if the doctor assigns me a cycle, I just stick to the cycle and get it done. And that was it.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink.
Steroids long term is no good.
No, absolutely. Absolutely not.
I tell you one thing, when I was on them when I had ulcerative colitis, and I had such an appetite you wouldn't believe it. I was cooking 4-course meals at 3 o'clock in the morning. They make you so hungry.
Do steroids make you hungry?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
The ones that I was on.
Yeah. Well, and wasn't that their purpose? Because you had lost a lot of weight, so they wanted you to gain weight, right? So, Mike John says your famous line to the ladies is "Drink up. The more you drink, the better." Oh, I tell you, he's getting better and better. I mean,
Yeah. Always one line.
Hey, Mike John, and if that doesn't work, the brown paper bag, the wine bottle comes in, put that over the head.
Mike, that was a good one, Mike. That was a really good one.
And Nancy says you look like you put on a few pounds. Oh my!
And oh my God! Oh, you're lucky I like you guys.
What? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. This one. Love is only a light switch away.
That's a classic, that one.
I can't. Oh, God.
Oh boy. I had a friend that used to say, "Well,
You sure they're not drinking?
you can't you can't feel ugly in the dark." That was one of the things he used to say, and I used to be like, "Ooh, okay, all right."
Oh God. Yeah, I know, Mike. I know. Listen, you got to be able to joke around and kid around. You got it. That's what makes it fun.
He likes you best when you're sleeping.
Let me have some more wine.
Which one? Are you drinking the cooking wine now?
Did you move on to the cooking? Oh, okay. All right. Wait, so you don't like this, but you're drinking it. What does that tell you? What does that tell us?
He's an alcoholic.
No, I'm not a drinker, really. I'm not a drinker.
We can see, Ralph.
What's that crap you drink? Rock and rye? It's awful, that stuff. I don't know how you drink that stuff. I got a bottle. I have that bottle I'm going to give to you because I'm not going to drink it if you want it. The rock and rye bottle that I have.
What about it?
I'll give it to you. I don't like it. I'm not going to drink it. If you want it, I'll give it to you.
No, I only drink the brand that I bought, and I also bought the amaretto that Tommy usually has on top of his shelf.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That amaretto is pretty good. I was very surprised because usually I buy amaretto di Sarno. So
You bet. Ralph amaretto.
I'll usually drink that once in a while. I'll have a shot, in the wintertime after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I was going to say, amaretto you can drink either way, before you start a meal or at the end of a meal.
Yeah, it's a good aperitif, right? It's good. It's good. It helps the appetite.
Look at Nancy. Look at Nancy saying, "Nancy, I'm not looking for any action tonight."
He's not going to get any action here. That's for sure.
Oh,
And Todd Father says you're looking to get lit.
I'm a little buzzed. I'm a little buzzed.
This is my favorite so far. The love is a light switch away. That's my favorite so far.
I like that. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Some good one-liners tonight. Some good one-liners tonight.
Goes to show everyone's drinking alcohol.
Do you ever drink cognac, Ralph?
No.
Cognac? No. I like cognac. I like it a lot.
I have cognac. I have cognac in my liquor bottle collection.
I like that too.
I don't have a regular.
I like it too, Anthony. There's a nice warm glass or something.
I have a very big liquor bottle collection, miniature liquor bottle collection. I have about maybe 350, 360 miniature bottle.
Evan's got a joke. All right, Evan, what's the joke? We're waiting. I'm waiting. I got a joke for you, he says. Hold on. Guy comes home with chicken under one arm and duck under the other, goes to the stairs and says, "See, this is the pig I'm banging." Wife says, "That's not a pig. I wasn't talking to you." What? What?
Okay.
All right.
All right. That one flew straight over the head.
It was kind of... We need Adam. Where's Adam and his jokes? No Adam tonight.
Anthony, I think your algorithms are going to go all over the place tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get, I don't know. I'm going to get like duck videos next. Duck and chicken videos.
As long as it's duck à l'orange.
I don't think I'm going to make the Godfather's early show tomorrow morning.
The first thing is Ralph's bucket list is to put wine in it.
Oh, good.
I'm so glad I came on. I'm so glad I came on as a guest tonight.
Ralph, you own a clapper. Oh boy. Woo. Ooh, okay.
Did you ever see the lady in that commercial? She's like 90 years old.
95 years old, and she's like,
Where's Mike John's
Okay.
joke?
Wait. Mike John put a joke up. Where is it? Hold on.
God.
Here's my joke above. It was better
Oh, God.
with cooking. Wait, what? Hold on.
Shouldn't Todd Father be working?
Yeah, what is Todd Father doing?
He's supposed to be at work right now, working.
Yeah, oh yeah, Ralph loves cooking with wine. Sometimes he even puts food in it. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Let's
shit,
give
I gotta
Ralph some
work.
more subscribers, man. He's earning his subscribers. Give him some subscribers.
I'm trying to work here and I can't even work.
Yeah.
So
Todd
Todd
Father's
Father
good
is
to
doing
do.
order entry right now while he's
Yeah.
using me.
Yeah, I tell you, I miss Gianni. Where's Gianni? Oh, it's Gianni's on vacation.
He's in Sicily.
Yeah, that's right. He's on vacation.
Yeah, I know.
He's drinking Paisano wine over there. Definitely.
Yeah.
Tommy and Indu mentioned him on their show tonight.
Todd Father, Gina says you're a little bit mean. You better watch it, buddy. Looking up for you, Ralph.
You see that? Gina's sticking up for me, Todd Father. Yep. Don't mess with Gina, Todd Father.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, we read it. We got it, Mike. We got it. We had the joke up there. We had it.
These guys are freezing over there, and here we're sweltering.
Mike likes to repeat himself.
Yeah, it's got to be hot there this time. Do you have a winter there? I mean, like, I know you have a winter, but do you does it get cold there?
The lowest, Anthony, gets cold here in winter during the day.
Really?
It's probably 11 degrees Celsius, which would be, I'm not too sure what it is in Fahrenheit, maybe 18, 19 Fahrenheit.
Okay, well, that's cold. That's cold, all right.
It's not that cold here. It's the summer. Summer drains you.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah. It's kind of like, I guess it's like Florida. I can never live in Florida here because it would destroy me. I could never deal with that constant heat and humidity.
I could handle the heat, but it's getting to the stage now where the heat doesn't agree with you anymore.
Yeah.
Trying to read what's in the chat here.
Do librarians like wine? Do librarians like? No, they like theirs well read. That's an Adam joke. I know. Mike, you must be in Adam's book or something. You must have like being pulling out his jokes.
I don't think he's funny, Gina. I'm sorry, I don't think he's funny. In fact, I may not talk to you anymore.
Oh, good. Only you, Ralph. Only you.
You got to negotiate, Ralph, a fee for being on Toddfather's show. You know, like you should negotiate a fee for that.
Oh, I'll get him tomorrow morning on his show. I'll get him tomorrow morning on his show.
Yes, Mike, a tribute to Adam. Very good. Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's if he does a show.
He's drinking Monster right now.
How you can drink those drinks is beyond me.
Oh yeah, those are horrible.
I would
Good
think
for you.
I'm afraid of like a heart attack. A heart attack in a can is what that looks like.
Yeah.
What's this? Ralph, you'll be hating your life in the morning.
I hate it now.
How much wine you got left, Ralph?
I got about a little less than a half.
Not bad. By the end of the show, you'll be drinking the bottle there also.
No, I got a nice buzz.
Ralph, I missed your car show today. Anything interesting? I missed it. I was too busy at work. Anything interesting happen?
Evans just put up a comment about
Just basic chit chat. That's all.
Walkabout Creek. Evan, you're referring to the Northern Territory. One place I haven't been, one place I do not want to go to. That place is full of Aboriginals.
Oh, really?
It has a lot of crocodiles.
Mm.
It's got 25 of the world's most venomous snakes.
Oh, wow.
So I can't answer that, to be honest.
Mm.
Probably the closest I'll go to the Northern Territory is in the centre and Alice Springs, where they got the Rock.
Hmm.
But you can't walk the Rock anymore. It's been closed down for the last 10, 15 years because it's classified as a sacred site now for the Aboriginals.
Oh, okay. But that name, Walkabout Creek, that's a real place, Don?
Possibly might be. I'm not really familiar with the Northern Territory.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, Ralph, you still there? I think I heard a toilet flush. What's going on?
Evan, Crocodile Dundee is not from there. Crocodile Dundee was born in Sydney.
Crocodile.
It's like you're going to say, well, kangaroos hopping in my backyard.
You see in Florida where that 85-year-old woman got eaten by an alligator?
What happened? She got eaten by an alligator?
She was walking her dog.
Uh-huh.
It's on YouTube. The video's on YouTube. She was walking her dog. An alligator came out of the water, tried to go after the dog, grabbed the woman, dragged her right into the water and ate her.
Wow. And this is on film, you said? It's on a film?
Yeah, well, they cut that part out.
Oh.
They cut that part out.
Wait a minute. We got Mike is still at it. Hear about the crime family that took over the wine importing business. They call themselves the Sopranos. Sopranos.
Right, John. I think you better stop.
The expression.
I think he's drinking. I think he's drinking.
Unreal.
You talk about me?
Well, speaking of the alligator thing, did you ever see the video of the guy where the dog goes in and the old guy grabs the alligator?
Yeah.
You ever see that? He fights the dog, lets the dog free. And he doesn't, and he has the cigar in his mouth the whole time. The cigar doesn't even fall out the whole time.
There was one in Australia where a salty croc, they're the worst of all,
I saw it.
was approaching, coming out of the water, and there's an old lady with a frying pan, and she smacked him on the snout as he went to attack her, and the salty just turned around and walked back into the water. You got to have guts to do something like that.
Oh yeah.
See, that's the issue, as Evan was saying. Evan, up the top end of Australia, Queensland mainly, Northern Territory, you can't even jump into the lagoons or rivers there for a swim because there's always a salty lurking in the water.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't play around there. I would not play around there.
What?
What? What? Huh?
What would you say you wouldn't play around? What are you talking about?
With going into the water where there's crocodiles, I would not play
Who
around.
would do that in their right mind?
No,
Who in their right mind would go into the water where there's crocodiles?
Ralph, you'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of lunatics.
Yeah, there's no accounting for stupidity.
The problem is a salty crocodile can live in fresh water and salt water. So they're starting to also infest into the fresh water.
Wow. So they're kind of like a combination between.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Is that a joke?
Not a joke. You're just making a statement. It's not a joke.
I can't tell him.
Oh boy.
Have another glass, Ralph.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Wait here. What is this? There's one. What do sailors drink when they gather at a bar to commiserate? Port wine. I think Mike John has the Dr. Seuss riddle book in hand. He's opening it up and reading them.
Wait. Yeah, I think so too.
Anthony, which wines do you mainly drink? From California or any particular region, or?
I usually drink Italian wines primarily, but California wines I usually drink from Sonoma County.
Okay.
Napa's great, but I just for some reason I've found an affinity to Sonoma. I like the Russian River Valley part of it, which is very good. What on earth is that? Wolverine? Is that what that is? Wolverine. Where's your Sable doll? Do you play with your Sable doll, Ralph?
Sable is up here. It's up here somewhere.
What did the house wear to the dance? A dress.
And how about this, Ant?
What is that?
Hi, karate. Oh, you wouldn't remember this. That's right. This is before your time.
I karate?
Hi, karate cologne.
No, I don't know that. Use that when you're out gallivanting? No, or carousing? Carousing?
Oh, that's from the 60s. That's from the 60s.
Holy shit, it's the 60s.
So does cologne last that long?
There's something you wouldn't remember. A little.
Did Abraham Lincoln wear that cologne, Ralph?
Huh?
Did Abraham Lincoln wear that cologne?
That cologne was made before man made God.
Get out of here, will you? Just showing you some.
Gina,
I
thanks
got
for
so much
joining.
stuff
Thanks
here.
for joining, Gina.
Wait a minute.
Give it mouth to mouth. Good one. Good one, Mike. What what is that you have there making that noise? Hmm? Oh, that's the transistor radio, right?
This is a retro radio from the 50s.
Oh, okay. Does that one work?
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
What's that show where they go around looking for antiques and stuff? And they Pickers or something?
American Pickers.
American Pickers.
Yeah.
American Pickers, yeah. American Pickers.
That's ancient Egyptian embalming fluid.
What?
Your cologne. He said it's ancient Egyptian embalming fluid.
Oh, shivers.
That bottle was from 1966. I got that at a garage sale for 10 cents. That bottle is actually the original bottle from 1966.
It looks it too, Ralph.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
Antique
God.
Roadshow. That's it. That's right, Evan. Antique Roadshow. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Antique Roadshow, yeah.
That's the English version, isn't it?
No, I think they have an American version too. I think they have both.
Yeah, they do.
American Pickers is one where they go place to place buying stuff.
Yeah, right. They're like buying and yeah. Yep.
Antique Roadshow in the UK is where people take their stuff to get
like,
valued.
I like Pawn Stars.
Porn stars? You like porn stars, Ralph? Which porn stars do you like?
Not Pawn Stars. Not Pawn Stars.
Oh, shit.
Well, we all learned tonight, folks. Ralph likes. Now, you're
If you
my
want to-
algorithm up, Ralph. This shows are all scripted. This show is not scripted, Todd Father. I can guarantee you that.
If you want to know Ralph intimately, just give us a warning.
Oh, my God. Pawn Stars.
I know.
What's that?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
What happened?
Why is that? I just got a message from YouTube.
What does it say?
It's saying that, I don't know, I never saw that before. It says,
What does it
Right.
say?
oh, wait a minute.
Oh, well, there goes that. So much for
There
that.
goes Ralph.
Have a good night, Ralph. It says you're drunk. I got a message from YouTube. It says you're drunk.
You have been terminated.
Oh, my Lord. Well, I think we've beat this horse to death. But all in summary, I think this was not a good wine, but I wouldn't hold all Dolcettos to this standard. I think this one was just not well made. So we'll see in the future. Maybe I'll do another one, and we'll see how it goes. But we had some laughs. And thank you, Don, for joining. Appreciate it. And,
No, it was my pleasure.
and we'll see what tomorrow brings in the in the daily shows. But I mean, this was pretty good tonight. I tell you, some of those one-liners are pretty darn good. But I just want to thank everyone for joining, and I will say have a good night.
I'm going back to doing some real work now.
Yeah, right. You got to get back to work.
See you later, everyone.
All righty. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining. And remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and build the guild. Help me build the guild. Have a great night.